The 2-week break for international fixtures is always a crucial moment for big clubs to pause, take a breath, and reassess their transfer plans, especially with the winter window now just over a month away. And for a team in the middle of a major rebuild like Manchester United, strengthening the midfield has jumped right to the top of the priority list. Ruben Amorim is looking for someone who can raise the level, bring more dynamism, and add real tactical variety to a central area that still lacks the intensity and mobility he demands. According to insiders, the name sitting firmly at the top of United's wish list is Nottingham Forest's young midfielder, Elliot Anderson. Over the past few months, Anderson has genuinely shaken up English football. Even though Forest haven't been as consistent as they were last season, the 23-year-old has continued to shine week after week, becoming an irreplaceable figure for both club and country. His rise hasn't gone unnoticed. England boss Thomas Tuchel has openly praised him, even going as far as calling him a key part of his plans for the upcoming World Cup. "At the moment, he is a key player for us," Tuchel said. "At the moment, he is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. That's why he is with us and why he starts for us, because he deserves it. He is nothing but impressive and he has to keep on going. He is a very complete, mobile central midfielder. Elliot at the moment is an elite football player with the right attitude and talent." And those words aren't an exaggeration. After 11 league games, the numbers back everything up. Anderson leads the Premier League in several major categories: touches, successful passes, ball recoveries, duels won, and successful dribbles. In a league packed with world-class superstars, the 23-year-old midfielder has forced everyone to sit up and take notice, and he's quickly becoming the model for what a modern central midfielder should look like. Anderson covers massive areas of the pitch, switching seamlessly between roles, breaking up play, intercepting, controlling the tempo, distributing the ball, and pressing high with real aggression. A product of Newcastle's academy, his style blends the defensive presence and ball-playing calm of a Declan Rice or a Michael Carrick, making him a perfect fit for almost any tactical system. And that's exactly why Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim is pushing so hard to bring him to Old Trafford in the upcoming transfer windows. According to The Times, Ruben Amorim sees Nottingham Forest's number 8 as a top priority and has already made early contact shortly after match week 10 of the Premier League. The biggest hurdle, though, is the price tag. Forest are believed to be asking for a huge fee, somewhere between £100 million and £120 million. It's the kind of number that naturally makes United fans wonder whether Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos group would actually pull the trigger. But there's some encouraging news. Respected journalist Ben Jacobs has poured cold water on those sky-high figures. He insists the rumored price isn't entirely accurate and that Anderson could be available for far less than £100 million. More importantly, there's said to be a private agreement between the player and Forest. If Anderson decides he wants to move to a bigger club, the door will be open for him at a reasonable fee. The details of that clause aren't public, but it gives Manchester United and other giants like Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool a real chance to move without smashing transfer records. United know exactly where they stand. Securing a European spot would make negotiations infinitely easier. Banking on Forest getting relegated would be risky, especially now that the team is slowly improving under new manager Sean Dyche. That means the Reds must take control of their own destiny, show ambition, show clarity, and make themselves the most attractive project. If Anderson feels excited about the long-term plan at the Theatre of Dreams, the deal could fall into place smoothly. Thomas Tuchel has also voiced concern that transfer rumors might disrupt Anderson's focus. He's even advised the midfielder to stay at City Ground for now to protect his chances of making the 2026 World Cup squad. And to be fair, that's a valid point. Moving to a big club at 23 comes with pressure, fierce competition for minutes, and the real possibility of losing form during a key stage of his career. That's why a smart strategy for Ineos and Manchester United might be to seal the deal early, but bring Anderson in next summer. Once the season ends, the key is to get everything signed before the 2026 World Cup kicks off. Because if Anderson explodes on the world stage, his value will skyrocket, The bidding war could go global, and that 100 to 120 million pound price tag might suddenly become very real. Nottingham Forest have already rejected a 75 million pound offer from Manchester City. Using that as a benchmark, Manchester United are expected to put forward around 80 to 85 million pounds to convince Forest to negotiate. It's a sensible figure for a young player, especially when you consider how many early English talents have burned out quickly, unable to cope with the pressure, the media spotlight, or the expectations placed on them. That's one of the reasons England, despite producing world-class players year after year, still haven't lifted an international trophy in so long. Now, under Thomas Tuchel, England have another golden generation taking shape. And aside from Anderson, the Newcastle Academy graduate who has exploded this season, Tuchel still has names like Adam Wharton, Jordan Henderson, and several others capable of controlling the midfield. This is exactly why Manchester United want to move quickly and convince Anderson to choose the Theatre of Dreams as his next home. He would be a key piece in Amorim's system, and the competition for minutes at United wouldn't be as suffocating as at Arsenal or Manchester City. Just look at United's summer signings. Every single one of them has contributed in their own way. Brian Mbeumo has become the team's main goal threat. Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Šeško have made an impact both in attack and in the pressing structure, helping perfect Amorim's 3-4-2-1. And Senne Lammens has turned into a surprisingly reliable presence in goal, still unbeaten since taking over. These are real examples Anderson can look at and feel confident. United have a clear plan for how new signings settle, adapt, and grow. And with experienced leaders like Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes guiding him, the pressure on Anderson would be much lighter. He wouldn't need to shine immediately. Anderson isn't just a player with impressive numbers. He can play as a number 6, a number 8, or even a number 10 if needed. His professionalism and mental strength have allowed him to perform consistently even without the global attention that comes with playing for a club like Manchester United. That's why Ruben Amorim and Ineos have identified the 23-year-old as one of their top transfer priorities for the coming windows. Right now, everything is still in the exploratory stage. United's board are simply talking with the players' camp to understand his personal terms and long-term expectations before entering formal negotiations with Forest. One thing, however, is almost certain. United will not pay 100 to 120 million pounds for this transfer. Yes, Anderson is in world-class form, possibly the best midfielder in the Premier League at the moment, but matching the 105 million pound Arsenal paid for Declan Rice, or the 115 million pound Chelsea spent on Moises Caicedo, is simply not realistic. United know that they're smart enough and experienced enough not to walk into the trap that both the media and Forest might try to set. They'll take a careful approach, find the right number, and push to get the deal done as soon as possible to bring him to Old Trafford. Anderson is still so young. He has the potential to become a future England cornerstone and eventually take over the roles of both Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes in the coming years. This is why the deal is worth investing in, and why it could become one of the transfers that helps Manchester United finally move into a new era of success.